This is the plaintiff, Elise Thomas. She says the defendant was a roommate, and let's just say things didn't work out too well with their living arrangement. The defendant's a stubborn guy who thinks he can just go around doing whatever he wants without any consequences. Bottom line, he still owes her money for utilities, and she's here suing him for every penny of the $651.75 he owes her. This is the defendant, Damon Bryant. He says the plaintiff says one thing, and the next thing she does another. He couldn't keep up with her flip-flopping personality, so they parted ways. Simply put, the plaintiff conjured up this lawsuit because he doesn't owe her or anyone any money, and he thinks the judge will agree. He's accused of running out on a roommate.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, these litigants were roommates and the defendant skipped out without paying his share. But the defendant says she's a flip-flopper who's dead wrong. It's the case of they call her Flipper.
Thank you, Douglas. Elise Thomas,
Yes,
you are
ma'am.
suing your former roommate, Damon Bryant,
Yes, ma'am.
for $651.75. You say he owes you for leaving you high and dry with rent and bills. Okay, talk to me.
So Mr. Bryant took over a lease for a previous roommate. He did sign the lease agreement stating that we would satisfy the balance on the lease and 30 days from the date we submitted the notice.
Okay.
The notice was submitted.
Back up, back up. Let me see the lease that he signed. Do you have a copy of it?
I do.
Okay.
I have this part.
Now that has his signature on it?
It does.
I want the entire lease, not a part of the lease.
There's actually two documents, the lease agreement and then the form that he submitted taking over the
Got
lease
it.
from my previous roommate.
So this is the original lease agreement, and then this is his
is
adoption of
correct.
the other fellows. Okay. All right. So go on. He moves in when?
The date is February.
February?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so your lease was going from October 14th to October 15. He moves in February of 15.
No, this was actually a 10-month lease.
Oh, so it was supposed to end in July, right?
No,
What?
August 3rd was
August-
the date of the original lease.
August 3rd.
Correct.
All right. And so what happens?
So we submitted a notice that we were not going to renew our lease.
When did you do that?
That was on July 11th.
Okay. What happened before that? Had you not talked about it with him?
Yes, we did converse about it. The original decision was we were going to renew the lease. And then we started looking at other options at different properties. And then ultimately, he decided that he didn't want to renew with me.
Okay.
In the meantime, I decided I was going to transfer to a sister property to a one-bedroom.
Okay. And did you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And when did you do that?
August 9th,
So when did he move out?
July 29th.
All right. And you feel that he has to pay August why?
Because it specifically states in the lease, 30 days from the date that you submit your notice, you're responsible for paying.
Let me see where it says that, because that wasn't how I read it, and so I want to see what you're referring to. Why don't you tell me your version of what's going on?
Your Honor, we had talked about, our lease was up. She had sent me text, I had the text, that everything has been taken care of on her end. So I went into the rental office, turned in my 30-day notice. They gave
When
me,
did you turn in your 30-day notice?
it was June 22nd.
What evidence do you have that you did that?
I have the paper from the rental office where I signed off,
Okay.
notice to
Let me
intent.
see that.
There's the lease, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, thank you.
This is what, a copy?
A copy,
Okay. And according to you, you left that with them
June
June
22nd.
22nd. And-
More than 30-day notice.
Okay, and your proof of that is the text where she's telling you in June, I did my part, I told them I was moving to a one-bedroom or whatever.
Right.
Can I see that?
The text, yes, ma'am.
Okay, and while you're looking for that, early termination.
And if you just scroll up and down, that'll show the text back and forth with her where we were all on agreement for everybody to be out of the building, out of the apartment by August 3rd.
Okay, but hold on one second. You're showing me the clause on early termination because apparently this landlord allows you folks to break a lease if you give 30 days notice. Early termination is different from expiration. The expiration of this lease was on what date?
August 3rd.
No. You don't have to give any notice when it's just expiring. Your contractual obligations are over if you just let it live out.
So what happens is if you don't submit notice to the office, you get charged at a month-to-month rate, which is significantly higher than what you're paying for your
Right,
lease.
but he did get out.
So the office
You
told
didn't
both
get
of
out
us.
because your place wasn't ready till the 12th.
No. The office told us both specifically that we both had to submit a notice where we both signed and dated and brought it to the office.
Right, but you knew he was getting out, right?
Yes.
Okay, so your option at that see, you have certain rights, but you also have obligations.
Mm-hmm.
Your right is only to live there until this lease expires, which was what day, August 3rd?
August 3rd, ma'am.
Right, that's your right, only to live there till August 3rd. After that, you need to couch surf or stay at relatives or do something else. You did not do that. Your new place with them wasn't ready until the 12th, so you are asking him to pay the expenses from the 3rd through the 12th, but why should he have to do that when I'm telling you that you're legally misreading the lease. The lease is talking about early termination. You have to give 30 days notice. And we'll get into whether you gave the notice anyway. But you're saying he's got to give 30 days and he didn't because we both have to give it, not just him. But that's a tricky way of you getting him to pay your expenses in August.
On balance, better to live alone or with a roommate?
If you can afford it, live alone.
Live alone.
If you can afford it.
What do you say, a roommate or alone?
Alone. Definitely.
Really? Anybody think it's better to have a roommate? Really? Why?
Financially, it helps you.
Okay, can I just explain one thing to you?
Yes.
The kid doesn't count as a roommate. I just want to let you know that.
Good.
Okay?
He doesn't pay any bills.
Exactly. Oh, you're going to get evicted, son.
Yes, you are.
Going inside the courtroom.
You don't deny that he went there on June 22nd to give notice?
I don't deny he gave notice. What date it was, I don't know.
Okay,
But
so
I do
he
not,
gave notice June 22nd. What you're saying is that since you opted to not give your notice till July, his notice was no good, and he has to pay for the time that you were there alone.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
It is.
And
It
she did give notice. She gave notice 3 different times if you check her text
It has to be
message
written
on
up. But in any, let me see her text. Where'd that text go? So does that mean I can move out on August 3rd, or do I have to wait until August 22nd? And her answer is the lease is over August 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I'm moving to a 1-bedroom in a different apartment complex. See, if that 1-bedroom had been available August 3rd, we wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
I'm moving to a 1-bedroom in a different. If you tell the guy, no, the lease is over August 3rd, then how do you have the hubris to come to court and sue him for your expenses?
He still hasn't paid through the 3rd anyway, so.
Okay. And how has he not paid through the 3rd?
The rent check that he submitted covered July. Nothing that he paid. He hasn't
How would you
paid
guys
anything.
pay rent? Would you pay rent on the 1st?
You had
Yes.
until the 3rd, ma'am.
Well, no. That's a
it's-
grace period.
Right.
That's not when rent is due.
So I
folks.
pay-
but
It's
when,
due on the
stop,
1st.
when was rent due?
On the 1st.
So how is your lease until the 3rd?
Because it's all when you move in. You don't move in on the 1st every time.
Yeah, but then I know, but that's why you prorate the first month and then you start from the 1st. That's how it should be.
Correct.
When was your rent due? On the 3rd every month, or on the 1st?
On the 1st.
And then you see how that's goofy? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know
do
why they
understand.
did it that way.
Yeah.
So did they prorate your first month?
They did. So
And then-
you're only paying for the days that you live there in that particular month that you moved in.
Okay, and what say you to that? That what she said repeatedly is the lease goes to August 3rd. The lease doesn't expire until August 3rd, and that you should therefore, I mean, listen, she's suing you for $1.98 for your portion of utilities fees from August 1st through the 12th, $2.91. So I'm going to have to divide those figures by 12, okay? Because, whatever. Apparently you didn't leave on very good terms. But what say you to that you have to pay for August 1st through August 3rd?
I have no problem with that.
Okay, that's fine. Oh, and you're also suing for attorney's fees because you paid somebody for a lawyer letter?
Yes, I did.
Yep. All right, now, where's the water bill you're suing for? $23 for a water bill. Can I have that?
Here's the.
She wants you to pay your half of a $3.95 utility.
I could do that, Your Honor. If communication was the key here, I don't even think we would be here today.
Oh, you think? Okay.
I have text messages
Can you-
indicating otherwise.
Yeah, just both of you stop. All right, attorney's fees are not compensable. I'm not going to order him to pay that. Prorated amount for refuse removal fee from 8/1 to 8/12. Okay, it's $15 per month. So we divide that by 30 days, and that gives us 5 cents. And then we'll multiply that by 3 days, and that's $1.50. You're going to owe her $1.50 for that. All right. Our next issue is, let's take that $3.95, and then we divide it by 30 days, and we multiply it by 3 days in August. Ooh, that's another 39 cents. Okay. The water bill is covering a period of time that you were there, so I'm going to order you to pay the $23.12 for the water bill. And the rent, you're suing for 12 days of rent. You're not going to get that, but I guess technically you should be paying 3 days of rent because you paid until the end of July. And technically speaking, if everybody had moved out on August 3rd, you would be paying August 1, 2, 3. So when I add all these figures up, it's a judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $112.58. Good luck, folks.
Can I have my phone back, man?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
I don't want it.
Have a good one.
So after a lot of accounting, the plaintiff prevails for a little over $100. Mr. Bryant, the real key is what happened in the relationship?
Just people being bossy and trying to, it's your way or my way, and I wasn't having that. You know, I'm a laid-back person. I did everything. I wasn't in breach of contract, so.
So it didn't last very long then, did it?
No, but it was okay. You live and learn, right?
It was good while it lasted.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
you.
Had some documents you must sign. Come on out. Now, how do you feel about it? You were suing for a lot more. You got a little over $100. You okay?
Not really. When you're, 46 years old and you're trying to dodge responsibilities, it says a lot for your character. And obviously, he was trying to get out of this. But
Well, the judge went over the documents very carefully, as you know.
yeah,
Tallied them
absolutely.
up.
Yeah, and
What about the
unfortunately-
relationship? What happened?
Just I'm a get it done type of person, and the laid back attitude doesn't work for me when you've got responsibilities to take care
Yeah.
of.
So it just didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work out.
Sorry.
Not
Thank
a
you very
problem.
much.
Thank you.
You must sign some documents. Harvey, what do you think?
I'm going to give you advice that I know most of you are going to violate, and that is that if you're moving in with somebody, the two of you should sit down at a table and hash out in writing the specific obligations of everybody. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.